Okay, so today I'm going to be talking about three things that you can say that will help you along in the conversation when you don't understand. Now, it doesn't matter if it's a general conversation or even in your IELTS exam, your speaking test. If there's a part that you don't understand, if you use the words I don't understand, it will be very bad for the conversation and for your score. So rather than saying that, I'm going to give you three other short phrases you can say that will convince the listener that you actually know what they're saying. Okay, here we go. Now, this method is for building confidence and helping you out of a tight situation where you don't want the listener to know your level of English. You want to portray yourself as a higher level of English. This works for two very good things. Number one, it allows you to continue on in the conversation without discouraging the listener. And number two, if you're taking the IELTS test, you're probably going to be able to get a better score. In fact, if you're looking for a 6, this will probably definitely get you a 6 because as long as the examiner feels that you will be comfortable navigating English when you're in another country, they'll probably give you at least a 6. If they don't feel comfortable that you can navigate English, they won't give you a 6. So here they are. The first one is no problem. No problem. Now, you might say, how does no problem help me? Well, most short sentences are questions. So if the person you're speaking with says something that's very short, it's probably a question. And if you don't understand it, you can always just say, no problem. Now, no problem doesn't say I agree or I disagree. It's very ambiguous, okay? It lets the listener decide what your answer is. Let me give you an example. Are you hot? No problem. Are you cold? No problem. Are you hungry? No problem. Do you want to go out to dinner tomorrow night? No problem. Do you like the weather? No problem. You see, most questions can be answered with no problem. Now, if they're asking for a specific noun or a specific answer, then this happens. So let's say, what is your name? You say, no problem. The listener will look at you with a strange face. They'll look at you like, huh? Then you can use the second phrase. And the second phrase is, I'm sorry. I didn't quite understand your meaning. When you say it like that, you're putting the blame on the way they said it rather than you actually not understanding English. And what will happen? They're going to repeat themselves, but this time they're going to speak very slowly and try and help you understand because they feel like they made a mistake. So they might say, oh, well, what I was saying is, what is your name? And if they say it slow enough, hopefully you'll be able to answer the question. Now, you can use this for any time when you say something and the person looks at you very funny. Don't say, I don't understand. Don't say, Tibudong, I don't understand. Because this puts a mental barrier in the listener's brain. And they'll actually believe that you don't understand them after that. And they'll believe that you cannot carry on the conversation. So don't say, I don't understand. You say exactly this. I'm sorry, I didn't quite understand your meaning. Okay? Just like that. All right, so that's the second one. So the first one is no problem, and the second one is I didn't quite understand your meaning. The third one is actually basically for the times when you absolutely need to know what the problem is, okay? Or actually, you need to not really agree, but not really disagree. For instance, if somebody says a long statement, okay? When they say a long statement, this means it's their opinion, okay? So you don't really want to agree or disagree with somebody's opinion, and you don't want it to seem ambiguous like you do agree or disagree. Instead, you can pretend like you understood everything they said, and you're just reiterating what they said by saying one very small phrase. You think so? So it doesn't really matter what they said. You're just saying you think so. 你觉得呢? 你觉得呢? So the first one, no problem, 没问题. The second one, 我不太明白你的意思. And the third one, 你觉得呢? You think so, is awesome because if they said it, of course they think so. And you didn't agree or disagree with them. You didn't even say no problem, which is an ambiguous agreement or disagreement. So it's perfect. So now you can, when you get into a situation where somebody says a long sentence, let me give you an example. I think that the economic situation in the U.S. right now is not very good because of the strain that the U.S. economy is being put under by the banks charging an excessive rate of interest to the government every year. Okay, now, you might not understand what I said, but if you say right now, you think so, then I will respond, yeah, I do. And that's it. We'll move on to the next conversation. And that's how simple it is. So that's it, guys. Just 3 little phrases to help you get on to the next part of the conversation without ever revealing you didn't understand what was happening in the conversation during that period. Now, obviously, if you understand the question, answer the question. Don't always say no problem. And if you understood what they're saying, don't say I didn't quite understand your meaning. And if you know their statement, if you know what they said in their statement and it's their opinion, you can agree or disagree if you understand them. But if you don't understand, use those 3 phrases. When it's a question and you don't understand, no problem. When they look at you funny, I'm sorry, I didn't quite understand your meaning. And the last one, if they say a long statement and you don't want to agree or disagree, you want to be completely safe, then all you have to say is, you think so? That's it, guys. Just use those 3 phrases, and I guarantee you it will help you move along in the conversations. The more conversations you have, the better your English and faster your English will improve. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed today's video expression. I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.